now younger comics have gotten entitled where we owe them something, but what bones do you know that I made? Like what do you know about my career?
Yeah.
Other than, oh, you see a special. No, I've been doing stand-up for 27 years.
I think what some might know is that you're going to have sold out shows that weekend and they can't wait to get in front of sold out crowds.
So you want to skip the club and come to the theater?
Yeah.
And the theater is a different monster.
This is something that I think is important. I think a lot of comics learn is silences in theaters are very different than silences in a small club. You got to be very comfortable owning those moments. And that's a skill you learn. Like, theaters expose jokes that aren't ready yet. You know what I mean?
Like jokes and people.
Yep.
It's a thing. And 100 people being quiet
is different than 2,000.
It's a different monster.
You're right.
And then you have to, even when you first started doing theaters, did you realize how tired you were after the show versus when you were doing clubs?
Yeah, there's a different. I think it's because you put so much hours. Like my journey was, I was doing clubs kind of pretty early, and I did like 3 or 4 rounds before I ever even got a door deal. Like, I did maybe 2 rounds of clubs where I was selling them out, and I got those bullshit bonuses they give you.
Yeah.
Where you sell out the whole weekend. They're like, well, here's $500.
And I'm extra $100.
And I was like, I'm rich. The club made $100,000 on me that weekend. I got $500. Like, I'm so excited. But I think I did that a few times. So yeah, you start to understand the pacing of that size room. And then when you first make that jump into the theater, I definitely remember it's like, ooh, that joke wasn't ready yet. I could sell it in the club, but the theater, the joke wasn't developed enough for the theater. I couldn't hold the tension enough in that joke. That punchline wasn't strong enough to make him erupt. And it is like a luxury, a privilege to do those big rooms, but I will say, like, it will sharpen your comedy in a very special way.
And I'm not even talking about the material. I'm talking about your body. Because in a comedy club, and 20 steps this way, 20 steps that way.
You can engage them. You're right there.
20, you're not really putting maybe an extra 100 steps in your life.
Yeah.
A theater, I can't sit right here. I gotta go over there.
Yeah.
I gotta go. So I done 3 miles on this stage. I'm back and forth. I done 3 miles.
You know something that, like, I think even it helped me for theaters is like when I would do clubs in the city, and I've noticed you've done this as well, or you do it, but like I would sit down and I would try to use like as little energy as possible. And it was really like testing if the jokes were strong enough to carry it on its own. I was like, I know I can perform these things, but like, what if I just kind of clip my wings and see if the joke can carry it? Because we can all like dance up a joke in a small room, but like if you can take almost everything away from it and just focus on that connection. And I've seen a lot of your stuff, and I know you talk about walking around, but you'll be seated and you'll let them come to you. And I think it's like developing that ability to hold attention while not doing anything is crucial for going into these bigger venues. Because even taking a few steps to somebody that's on the top balcony, that just looks like sitting down to them. You know what I mean?
Like, so I did the Beacon, right? And I knew that I didn't want a host or a feature. I just wanted to do it myself. It was a thing. Last year you came, somebody opened up, then Ryan Davis,
Of course. Yeah, I love him.
He's great.
Came out. But in my mind, this time it's just me and the people. Peter Parker, great DJ, he did his thing. And then when the lights went out, I heard this eruption, like they knew I was, and I felt like when I was at the DMX concert, I just started screaming for no reason. I knew he was coming. And I'm like, but no, man. As soon as the lights went out, I was like, oh, shit, DX. So when I walked out, They real live didn't know that I was coming out first.
Oh, so it was a real surprise for them. They're expecting an opener.
Yeah, and then I watched the whole place erupt because they like, oh no, that's him.
Yeah.
And this lady DM'd me and said, it's crazy because I've never done this before. You walked out and I was so excited, I just started crying. And I was like, oh, almost a Michael Jackson shit. and it was like a great compliment.
Yeah.
That she was so excited. And I've been that excited to see probably
Handful of
one
people
person.
in your life. Who?
X.
Yeah.